I think what the DNC is lacking right now, and has for some time, frankly, but what they're lacking right now is what I would call visionary leadership. They're lacking the kind of leadership that would connect to King's edict, that what we need right now is a revolution of values. I think that those persons who I have heard who will be guests on this program running for chair of the DNC are, to my mind, Marianne, are playing around the edges. And I think that's problematic. I think in a moment like this, we need real visionary leadership.
My fellow candidates are political car mechanics, and
Mm,
some of them are really good political car mechanics, and I admire that. But we need someone who says this car is on the wrong road.
hmm
Franklin Roosevelt said, he was speaking about the presidency, but he said it's not about administrative leadership, it's about moral leadership.
hmm
And the prophetic voice of the Democratic Party is lacking. And that's what that vision needs to be. And that vision needs to be that all men are created equal. The vision needs to be that God gave all men inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, from the beginning of this country, there have been those, just as there are those now, who would obviously transgress against those ideals and even behave atrociously in order to make sure that they're not manifest, starting with slave owners.
hmm
But whether it was pushing back against slavery, pushing back against institutional suppression of women, whether it was pushing back against segregation, whether it was pushing back against the Gilded Age, we should see this moment in the context of that great historical struggle. Because today, a matrix of corporate powers, too often enabled by our political parties, actually seeks to place its profits before the safety, health, and well-being of the American people. This is what the Democratic Party should stand for, is that resistance to an economic system which places greater resources for the few at the expense of the well-being of the many.